Hello everyone, I'm back. This is Mr. Plinkett. And because the last two videos did so well, relative to the other crap Madman uploads on his crazy schizo shitty attempt at comedy channel, I'm gonna be doing another review for you guys. So basically, this is a review of Alien Covenant, if that wasn't already abundantly clear by the title of the video. And what I need to make clear at the outset is that I haven't watched this movie. I mean ever. So this is going to be more of a reaction video. If I make any recommendations for improvements or any of that type of stuff, it's going to be off the cuff. It's not going to be as epically polished as my last two totally improvised random videos. So this movie came out in 2017, after Donald Trump got elected president of the United States. So a lot of people were looking for anything to distract them from the horrifying reality that they were living. Okay, so we got an opening shot of an eyeball. It's very Illuminati, guys. I'm sure they appreciate that. Okay, so this scene is basically it's Waylon trying to teach David something. I'm trying to remember if I actually have seen this movie. If I did, I was really drunk. So again, they're trying to shoehorn a bunch of classical, religious, significant references into this film to try to imbue it with some kind of semblance of sophistication or, good writing. It's always a sign of bad writing when they excessively have to reference a bunch of classical shit. And when those references don't have any direct connection to what's fucking happening on the screen. It means the writers are insecure about the quality of what they've made. So they're like, well, what if we have a bunch of Greek sculptures? What if we have a bunch of really epic, classical, sophisticated, intellectual shit? Then the audience will be fooled into thinking that we're writing geniuses. Well, no, that's not how that works. Oh God. David and the sculpture David. Do you get it? Do you get that they're the same? Do you get that David's supposed to be a sculpture of humanity in the future? He's supposed to be an artificial person? Do you get it? Do you understand the reference? Jesus Christ. This movie treats its viewers like we're tadpoles or something. Oh no, David's playing the piano. I remember back when my great-grandmother gave me piano lessons back in 1886. She was a wonderful woman. She used to beat me with a switch when I got a note wrong on the piano. That's why I have an irrational hatred for pianos these days. At least that's what my last therapist told me. But my last therapist mysteriously drowned in a lake. Very tragic. And we have this extremely corny and obvious exposition scene where David's like, well, if I'm an artificial person, then who created people? I guess it's a fine question for a naive android to ask when he's being programmed or trained. But it just comes across as corny in this scene. Why do we have to have this scene in the first place? Why couldn't we just cut to David and the archaeologist chick from the last movie on their way to reach the alien planet? Why do we need even more establishing expository dialogue about David? It's almost like they're insecure, the writers I mean, about how they've portrayed his character. Either that or they think the audience is stupid. And it's probably both. So they have this impulse to have this extended scene while we're looking at the opening credits of David re-establishing his own character and the stakes of the film. If you've made good films, you don't have to do this much to fucking rehash what we've just seen in the last film. Even the Marvel Avengers movies don't indulge in this kind of crap, because they're confident that the characters in the story and the viewers who are sitting in the theater are both sufficiently caught up in terms of the progression of the story and the characters. But this movie's so fucking unconfident and insecure about its own premise and how well its characters have been developed and how well the writing has been done overall, that it feels the need to have this incredibly overindulgent scene. And the only thing propping it up is aesthetics. Again, the set design's done very well, the costumes are done very well. David Fassbender's a good actor. I'm not going to fault him in any way for his performance. But again, the writing just sucks. If I sound like a broken record, just unsubscribe and then go kill yourself. Then you'll never have to endure another one of my commentaries. That's the surest way to avoid anything related to this channel, is to just remove yourself from existence. Oh, Christ. This blatant homage to the first Alien makes me want to remove myself from existence. Then we got this green Matrix text on the screen. Now, Alien 1979 did this, but they didn't do it for credits. They did it within the computers that existed in that universe. The only movie that was corny, cheesy, and desperate enough to use that kind of green line flashing text on the screen was Alien Resurrection. So unfortunately this movie is actually making a reference to Alien Resurrection. I'm gonna go ahead and say that was a mistake. What the fuck? David's got some kind of monk hood on now. He looks like a fentanyl addict. I guess if David was on fentanyl, that would explain a lot of his behavior in these films. Maybe I'm wrong and it wasn't the writing at all. Maybe the character was supposed to have been on fentanyl the whole time. That would explain a lot of inexplicable behavior in this film. Now, while David does these pointless scenes with the solar sails, I gotta admit something. I think I might have actually seen clips from this movie in the past. I'm pretty sure I've never seen the whole film. Maybe I watched a summary of it or something. Maybe those two asshole VCR repairmen that never seemed to be able to fix my fucking VCR made some sort of brief commentary on this film, and I gleaned something about the plot because I heard them commentating on it. Regardless, I seem to be remembering certain details about the plot, but it could just be, cultural osmosis or something. In any case, if it seems like I know what I'm talking about in this commentary, I want to make it clear that I actually don't. And it's probably just coincidence. What the fuck? Is this guy running an abortion clinic in space? Why does he have human fetuses? Okay guys, I don't think I've ever seen this movie. The fuck is this? Is this guy a CIA cloning lab attendant or something? Is he gonna make a bunch of clones of Tesla to try to get free energy for the United States? Okay, we got people in cryopods too, Jesus Christ. This is actually seeming like an actual science fiction film for a change. Oh shit, solar sails just got hit. Better take off your hoodie and put on a spacesuit. Oh my god, what's happening? Maybe don't suspend the cryopods on chains where they can crash into each other. Maybe they should be secured to the walls of the ship. Oh, there you go, that's why I said that. Maybe if the cryopods couldn't shake, there wouldn't have been this creepy wake-up scene. Oh, she's being stillborn from her cryotube. It's kind of like the kids from Dune where they're born too early. Maybe that makes them, vessels for demonic habitation, or maybe they know too much. That's what Dune implies, You come out of the womb too early, you haven't gestated it enough. It makes you vulnerable, some kind of way. Vulnerable or powerful, depending on your perspective. It's always depending on your perspective. Okay, so they've advanced beyond the piss tubes. I like that. It's nice these characters don't have to be born in a river of piss. Oh, Jesus Christ, why'd they burn that guy? What did he do? Barely even woke up and they just burned him. The fuck is this movie? Okay, guys, I take back what I said. I definitely haven't seen this. It's too strange and I'm seeing too many things that don't make sense. I don't have time to comment on them. First of all, I'm not even sure how David ended up on this ship in the first place. I mean, wasn't he on the planet before this? Or is this supposed to be, before the events of Prometheus? Was this movie supposed to be a prequel? I think it was, actually. No, that would make sense, so I'm just gonna go with that. Again, I don't do research before I do these movies. I'm trying to capitalize on views. I can't afford to waste time doing research. Okay, so now we got a scene calling back the fake forest scene from Aliens. We got this chick who looks kind of like a frog. She's got like a frog face. It's not a slight against her. I'm no spring chicken myself. But that's just what I'm seeing on the screen. Oh, she's got a bonsai tree. That's a nice addition to your little space pod. What, she got a pocket knife and some kind of heroin kit or something? I mean, if I was in a space dystopia, I'd probably be using heroin. Who wouldn't be? What the fuck is she doing? Oh, she's making a necklace. Okay. That's kind of cool, I guess. Oh, she's got an iPad. Hey, it's James Franco. I didn't know he was into mountain climbing. Did he get to the top of the mountain, or is this going to be his death scene? Yeah, it's definitely a mountain. Oh shit, your friend's gonna die on camera. Maybe he'll be liable for manslaughter for that. I wouldn't really be laughing when that happened. Jesus Christ, is he free climbing? That's like mountain climbing on hard mode. Holy shit. Might as well just play Russian roulette if you're gonna do that. Okay, so we got some very corny exposition type dialogue where it's chicks like, "You are now the leader of the ship. That is your new role, in case the viewers were not clear. Thanks for telling me that." I'm not even being sarcastic. I've never seen this film, and I'm trying to talk about it while I watch it. It's very helpful if I have exposition. It's almost like exposition has gotten more prevalent in movies, because most of the profit comes from people reacting to them rather than people sitting in the theater watching them. It's almost like I'm actually serving the interests of the forces that are making movies worse just by commentating on them. Wouldn't that be tragic? It's just more proof that I'm still in hell. It's fine, doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I'm sure the guy burned to death will be sorely missed. It's kind of an understatement at this point. What the fuck is this chick's head cap? Why would you need to have like a toque on? Is the ship too cold for you? Okay, so this guy's trying to reassure the crew members, including this. Oh god, I'm so sick of fucking ship captains with cowboy hats. Do you have any idea how many times that's been done in these movies? Oh, this guy's a cowboy. He's got an anachronistic thing on his head. He's an unprofessional astronaut who brought a sentimental piece of clothing with him that he has to wear. It's been done so many times, it makes me fucking sick. Just stop doing it. Just make them all professionals. Make them people that we might actually believe had to go through decades of training to be in this position. You can still make them interesting and human characters. They don't have to all be sort of quirky weirdos. Jesus. Okay, so this guy's not actually, David. His name's Walter. Okay. But basically he's David. Jesus Christ, 47 people died? Holy shit. This guy should be having a somber vigil at a different part of the ship. Don't you care about your crew's morale? You're really just gonna give a brief speech in the fucking cockpit? I would have given everybody a day off to mourn. 47 people's a hell of a thing. It's like a micro-holocaust happening on your ship. Jesus Christ. If your characters are anything resembling human, give them a fucking day. You know, I got the ship was damaged and everything, but for fuck's sake. Doesn't seem like they're that desperate. There we go, repairs will take 48 hours. Why not make it 72 hours and give people a chance to actually process the deaths of 50 people? That's a minor point. Let's be a little less cynical and be more generous to the movie for a bit. I like the set design, it's good. I like the look of this ship. They got real costumes, you know. That's good. I can give it that. But those CGI chains are kind of distracting. They got that greasy CGI look to them, at least in that shot. Hey, T2, are they in the Terminator 2 bay? Watch out, Arnold Schwarzenegger's gonna kill you with a sawed-off shotgun. Your hoodie's not gonna protect you from that, David Fassbender. This is kinda giving me Star Wars vibes. They're in a grungy, steampunky kinda, bowels of the ship kinda area. This chick's repairing the ship with her bare hands. I like that. Oh, don't compare yourself to pioneers. People are just gonna call you racist. It's a bad idea these days. Oh God, she's even talking about a wood cabin? What is, some kind of Ted Kaczynski terrorist? Watch out, the CIA's gonna be knocking on your door. You're talking about colonization and wood cabins? That's a big no-no these days. I guess she's in the middle of outer space. But you never know how far that CIA influence can reach. They got a lot of tentacles sprouting out from that little pentagram of theirs. Okay, now she's crying about her epic vision about a cabin. Why did you volunteer to become a part of this mission? Why did you presumably train for decades to get out here if you're that emotionally fragile? Again, characters having emotional reactions is not a bad thing. But if you establish your characters as seasoned space travelers and then they have emotional reactions, doesn't make sense. The original Alien, it was a bunch of people who were just basically glorified curators of a big mining ship. So they didn't have to be super heavily trained, advanced type of astronauts. They just had to know how to run the ship. That was it. It was a corporate operation. If that's the case with this, we haven't established anything. I don't even know a thing about this ship's mission or what the fuck the people are doing here. Seems to be some kind of colony ship. If she's talking about colonies, I guess that makes sense. But again, this is not a mission to mine ore from a dead planet. This is a mission to colonize a potentially hostile world. These people would have to be very emotionally resilient. They probably would have had to go through a bunch of psychological evaluations during their training, and people who didn't pass wouldn't have been allowed to be on the ship in the first place, whether they're part of the team captaining the ship, or whether they're colonists in stasis. These people would have been the best of the best. They wouldn't have had irrational overreactions, and they certainly wouldn't have gotten teary-eyed over a log cabin fantasy. It seems like a minor point, But I have a sinking suspicion that most of these characters are going to display the same flaws throughout this story. They're going to overreact, be overly emotional, and they're going to make really irrational decisions at exactly the wrong time, specifically for the dramatic purposes of the story. Again, the story is going to take precedence over the accuracy and relatability of the characters. This is one of the hallmarks of bad writing. Bad writing serves the story and the viewer's expectations of consistency of plot over the accuracy of the characters, when it should serve both. The characters and the story need to be united, because the story should be an extension of the characters' actions and reactions to the events that they are faced with. If characters don't react accurately, or if the events of the story seem contrived in order to produce a certain result for the viewer, it's just a bunch of different flavors of the same bad writing. Okay, so we got a scene reminiscent to the movie Sunshine, which again is a much better film than this one, where they're trying to repair something in big clunky space suits. Man, they cheaped out on this CGI. Everything looks too greasy. It's like everything's covered in a layer of olive oil. Did Italian people do the CGI? Hey, we got to do the CGI where all the metal looks like it's coated in oil. Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter, they're fixing the solar sail. Oh shit, guys, they're powering up. The Egyptian ship is fixed. Hooray. Ha ha, she made an epic quip. You wouldn't have beer on this ship. The diets of all the characters would be, controlled. Farting on a spaceship or a space station is not a good thing. It lingers a lot longer than it does on Earth. What the fuck? Did this guy just get hacked? Maybe it's V'ger trying to take over his brain. Again, this guy would not be so nonchalant and blue collar in his nomenclature and his language. He's an astronaut, for fuck's sake. Oh, and then we do a massive hard cut back to him just back on the ship. You didn't get to see him come back through the airlock? Okay. Whatever, I guess. Okay, so his helmet got temporarily hacked by something. Now they're talking to Siri, and Siri's like, okay. Wait, they've been interpreting or intercepting this signal every 46 seconds? Why have we not heard about it till now? Did somebody mention this? Kinda seems important if you're getting a foreign signal that repeats every 46 seconds. Again, it's a reference to the first Alien with the distress beacon, but the fact that our characters are only talking about it after one of them almost got, hacked or sabotaged. Again, it's an example of characters ignoring something that makes no sense in service of the plot, in service of the story. Oh, which cube did the signal come from? It came from Mecca. Okay, so they're able to figure out where the signal came from. It's like some kind of random solar system. Now we get some exposition that it's like our solar system, but it's older. Okay. Well, it's the perfect planet to set a terrible alien movie on, where all the characters can take off their helmets after 2 seconds and then get infected. I can't wait. So what's their mission? What are they supposed to colonize? Are they looking for planets to colonize? Again, if that was expositorily made clear in this and I missed it, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to pull double duty and talk about this. But it seems like that should have been set up at the very beginning, as part of the premise. Instead, we got a scene with David playing a piano next to a sculpture. I mean, for fuck's sake, I'd rather have a title crawl like in Dune, where it's like, here's the year, here's the characters, and here's their goals. And for fuck's sake, even Star Wars does a title crawl. It's old-fashioned and corny, and yes, it's blatant exposition. But if you get it out of the way at the beginning of the movie, it spares you having to try to integrate it into the story. And if you're not a seasoned enough filmmaker that you think you can weave the exposition in a way that actually makes sense and manages to be subtle, it's better to just get it out of the way. It's like ripping off a band-aid. Just tear it off. Just do it in the opening scene and get it over with. Oh, this chick's trying to figure out why the movie is so convenient. She's like, this plot is too good to be true. It's almost like we're in a film. Man, wouldn't it be great if this movie deviated from its shitty plot and it turned out to be this character realizing she's in a shitty alien film? Get back in the pod and eat the bugs. It's not like shrimp, lobsters, crabs, crawdads, shellfish, or all undersea insects. Don't pay any attention to that. Eating bugs is bad, even though we've been doing it for thousands of years. Oh yeah, I'm sure having to say that something that you're saying is good judgment, really validates what you're saying. God, this dialogue is fucking pathetic. It's like dialogue from a Flash game from 2003. Jesus Christ. Is this movie already written by an early version of some chat GPT AI? Good God, man. Can't stand much more of this. Okay, so the ship, which is clearly a reference to, to the ship from 2001 A Space Odyssey, because it kind of looks like a sperm with a bunch of scaffolding. It's got kind of a long neck. It's going towards the new planet. This is worse than a made-for-TV sci-fi movie. It's like footage of somebody playing Starfield. That's how bad it is. Oh good, the tox levels are within tolerance. That means we can start drinking the water, we can eat the soil, we can do anything we want on this planet. Because the tox levels are within tolerance, that's great. I'd call safe not watching this film at all. Then you're safe from wasting your time. Anyway guys, I'm gonna take a quick break. I may or may not come back to this, or this recording will be discarded into the void. Thanks for watching so far. I'll be back in a bit. We're at 29, 31, 32, 33, 34. Peace out. Okay guys, we're back with more Alien Covenant. So I may have gotten a couple things wrong about my review of this movie. Apparently the android we've been seeing, it's not David, it's somebody else. That doesn't really matter. All my criticisms about the writing still stand. I'm 110 years old. Sometimes I get names and type of shit mixed up, so if you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. Okay, so we got a cringy conversation here between the Marines that's supposed to echo aliens. Oh, they're talking about tits. Yeah. That means they're like down-to-earth people, right? Because they talk about tits a lot. God, these characters are even less relatable, interesting, or in any way weighty than the characters from fucking Alien 3. You just don't care if they live or die, it just doesn't matter. Okay, so he's trying to talk to Ferris Bueller, but it looks like communications are down. Alright, so of course this scene is a ripoff of the scene from Aliens when they go down to the colony planet. I mean, that goes without saying. Difference is, again, we don't care about any of these characters, so, I'm not really concerned if they get smashed and smushed into, a fine red goop when the ship crashes on a mountain or something. If we don't care about the characters, doesn't matter how flashy the action is, it just doesn't matter. You're indifferent. And only God is indifferent to suffering. Okay, so again, they're going down to this alien planet, right? Notice how they don't have space helmets? None of them. And they don't even bother with a throwaway line about how the atmosphere is breathable, or how they did an analysis of the microbes, whatever. All you would need is a very quick scene where they're like, well, we did an air sample analysis with some drones or something. They didn't find anything bad. Maybe they just missed the black goo in the atmosphere. That would have been enough of a line. I mean, you don't have to do much. You don't have to, bust your balls and do backflips to get an excuse out like that. You just gotta give us one fucking line that makes our characters not seem like total idiots. That's all I ask. I'm not asking much. Apparently it's too much to ask of the film industry these days. Oh, and then they got the guns. There they go. It's one of the smart things these people do is bring weapons. I recently watched a documentary about the making of Alien 3, and I thought it was really cool. Apparently, part of the reason for that script being such a mess is that Sigourney Weaver was so gung-ho about being anti-gun that she said she didn't want any guns in the whole fucking film. What the fuck is wrong with you? Your character that you play in a movie doesn't directly represent your actual views in real life. That's the whole point of acting. I mean, for fuck's sake, can you imagine if Anthony Hopkins didn't want to play a cannibal murderer because he thought people might think he was actually a cannibal murderer in real life? Why the fuck do your personal political beliefs have anything to do with the character you play? Oh, it's because millions of people will see my face representing those ideas, you say. Yeah, well, millions of people saw a guy wear a purple dinosaur costume in the show Barney, and they didn't suddenly start to attack the guy because they thought he was, I don't know, some kind of furry, or that he, I don't know, wanted dinosaurs to come back to life and kill all humans. I mean, it's just absurd. You can't tailor your personal beliefs and thoughts and actions to the people watching you on the screen if you're an actor. When you try to do that, it always just makes you look like a retard. Anyway, my point was just Sigourney Weaver's politics got into Alien 3. But that was only one of like 50 reasons that movie sucked. Probably should have watched that documentary before doing my little review. But it doesn't matter, it's already been done. I'm just gonna move on. So this planet's apparently totally alien, but it's got some very human looking fauna. It's got trees and wheat. I mean, it almost looks like they filmed somewhere on Earth and then pretended it wasn't Earth. Oh, at least he acknowledges it. Oh god, the dialogue's so corny, man. Fuck's sake. All you had to do was say, wait, what the fuck's this doing here? He's gotta ask the question so the viewers can understand what's going on. Oh, this scene's kinda cool. It's like Luke trying to fix his X-Wing. That's what it reminds me of anyway. Rain is such an easy trick. It always makes things look more desperate, bleak, and interesting. You just gotta put some fake rain in the scene and boom, it's 15% more interesting. That's the rain effect. God, this Tennessee guy, I can't wait for him to fucking die. He's such a distracting, stupid looking character in this. Okay, so they're going on this epic hiking expedition, and again, none of them got space helmets, because why would you need that? I mean, for fuck's sake, why don't you go to Las Vegas and fuck the cheapest hookers without a condom? You might as well do that. It's basically the same thing. You just can't get a disease. One time when I was in Vegas, I killed a hooker with my disease. She rotted away after I fucked her, and then I threw her body into a wood chipper. Yeah, no shit, the trees are destroyed. Of course something came this way. It could have been a gust of wind or a lightning bolt. God, this movie is it's dumber than a cartoon. It's really sad, to be honest. Again, there's no drama. I don't care about any of these characters, so why should I care if they get killed by a falling tree trunk? That could happen, and I'd probably be more interested, because I'd be like, oh, where's the movie gonna go now? All the useless characters are finally gone. Maybe something interesting will happen. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Well, she's gonna analyze some mud. Is she the mud expert? Okay, so there's an ion storm, okay. Maybe get Picard and Geordi down there to figure it out. Okay, so at least this chick is doing something vaguely scientific, taking water samples, so at least there's that. Yeah, good idea contaminating this alien planet with human piss. You'd think they'd be pissing into bags or something to avoid contaminating anything. And these guys are the exact antithesis of professionals. They're just fucking idiots. Jesus Christ. What is he, smoking weed or something? Or is that tobacco? I don't know. Plot twist, the whole movie was actually this guy's hallucination because he smoked too much ganja. Maybe he got the alien goo high, and that's what infected him. So, I made the black goo high. Now he got a creepy body horror shot of the goo going into his ear. Oh, it's gonna attack your tissues. Whoop, there it goes. Now you're fucked. The scene might be creepy if these characters had taken some kind of precaution. Maybe the guy had a crack in his space helmet. Maybe something else happened that exposed him. Again, the execution of the scene's not bad. It's just the underpinning, narratively, of the whole scenario is so ridiculous, stupid, and hollow. You just don't care about it. Oh, look, it's the same uterus ship from the first Alien. I've never seen that before. It appears to be my taint. If I don't wash my taint for long enough, it starts generating the black goo. Anyone exposed to it is instantly mutated and killed. That's why personal hygiene's important, guys. You gotta watch that. God, it would only have taken a few throwaway lines to make this premise make even a lick of sense. It's just the lack of effort is astonishing in this. And they're just rehashing old ground. It's just the same scene as the first Alien again. They're going into an alien ship. Except this time it's got water and moss all over the place. Wow, that's so different. And this guy's gonna stick his fucking face right into some foreign fauna. What an idiot. Again, visually it's kind of interesting. But this dumbass just breathes in the spores like they're nothing. Why would you do that? Jesus Christ. These people are so stupid they shouldn't have been allowed on a ship. They shouldn't even be allowed outside of some kind of home for idiots. Good God, man. And if this stuff's in the air, you'd think the entire party would have been affected at the same time, regardless of how close they got to the little mushrooms. And if this shit's circulating in the air, 20 minutes after they landed, all of them should have been experiencing the effects of the black fungus. But they don't. It's just our few characters who, yeah, they were Nephilim, we understand the reference. Oh shit, she's found the dog tags, guys. It's Dr. Shaw. She was the chief character of the past movie, which was a giant piece of crap. Oh, okay, so this takes place 10 years after Prometheus. Yes, we understand it's Dr. Shaw, but they had to show us a picture. It's like that scene where they show a picture of Picard, and he's got hair, or whatever. Oh, God. Or no, they show him being bald even though he's, a young guy in that movie Star Trek Nemesis. I did a review about that movie way back when. Those were the good old days. But this photo's just as stupid. They mentioned Dr. Shaw twice and then they still gotta show us her photo. Okay, so now they're looking at Dr. Shaw's ghost or something. She's singing about West Virginia. I guess Weyland's whole mission involving the previous film Prometheus was just, not put on record for Weyland-Yutani. It was some kind of secret thing. Maybe that's why Weyland hired a bunch of idiots. Because if we hired high-profile people, then, they would have had to put it on record. Oh shit, dude, you're getting an alien growing in you. Again, all these people should be experiencing the same effects. For some reason, not wearing our helmets on this planet has made one of our people feel sick. My God, what could it be? We can't figure it out. Jesus Christ, a 5-year-old could figure that out. Something about Ledward. Could you be a little more specific? You could have said, Ledward's sick, they're heading back. Would have taken the same amount of time. This dialogue's just so fucking stupid, man. It's unbelievable. I mean, maybe I'm holding these movies to too high a standard, guys, but I don't expect much. I expect the characters' actions to make sense. Some of them can be stupid, sure, or they can make human mistakes. That's fine. But if every single character ignores basic logic, it just becomes difficult to believe they would have been put on the ship in the first place. Help, we're stuck in Alien Covenant. It's the worst movie ever made. Our main characters are suffering from an infection of terrible writing. Unfortunately, it's terminal. Yes, why don't we all expose ourselves even more to the guy who's sick? Don't try to quarantine him. That's one of the most tense scenes from the first Alien, is when they try to quarantine the one guy who's been infected. This movie, he pukes all over this chick. And I get it, they're trying to help him out, they care about him. I understand. But it's just like, Jesus Christ. They just make no effort to make themselves seem worth watching on a screen. Even reality TV show contestants make better decisions than these people. And reality TV is, the home of the worst of the worst. In isolation, these scenes are very tense. If we had some context for what was happening beyond our characters are stupid, maybe these scenes would carry some weight. Maybe I'd actually care about this guy suffering. Again, the performances aren't bad. The sets and props and costumes are good. It's just the underpinnings are so fucking weak, man. Be like watching a Shakespeare production, but the dialogue is from, the show The Nut Shack or something. If the performances are good and the costumes and the sets are good, but the writing is that bad, it's that distanced from everything else. Oh shit, now you're infected. Good job. Man, it's got into this guy's spine. It's pretty disturbing. Again, these scenes are very creepy and disturbing, but when you don't care about the characters, it kind of takes you out of everything. And they just seem like cardboard cutouts. Oh shit, this guy just broke his leg or something. Maybe he's mutating. Now everyone's having panic attacks except for our epic cowboy guy with a cowboy hat. Yeah, it's almost like you should have worn your helmets. Jesus Christ. These reaction scenes are good. If our characters have made smart decisions, before this point, again, these scenes would be a lot better. But they're not. Oh shit. He's wigging out. What's gonna happen? It looks like the alien got into his spine or something. I wouldn't hug him. I'd probably avoid him at this point. Oh shit, it's the spinal alien. There he is. Guys, I think he might be dead. And it's clear they focused all their effort on producing these scenes and just ignored everything else. What a waste. Oh, slipped on blood, too bad. Oh yeah, knife. I should have brought a gun in here. Ooh, that's kind of a creepy little alien. He's got arms and stuff. I mean, at this point, the mission's, it's pretty much fucked at this point, guys. I'm gonna say it. It's probably just blow up the ship with everyone inside and call it a day. Why is she talking to it? It's not gonna speak English to you. It speaks the language of CGI. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's jumping on her. Ooh. Too bad this chick got the alien blood sprayed in her face. You're infected too now, bitch. Ah, yes. She sips on the blood too. What a dunce. This movie is like a comedy or something at this point. Whoops, caught your foot in the door. These characters are such idiots. They should have been cast in, Last Jedi. Ah, they would have done well in that madcap comedy. Oh, great, now you broke your leg from jumping down. Can you make any more mistakes? Why don't you, smash your head into a bulkhead and maybe one of the male characters should get kicked in the crotch at this point? It's just pathetic. Ah, poor little alien. Just let him go. Oh, Jesus. Okay, there goes your oxygen reserves. Oh, and there goes you. In fact, there goes a large part of the ship. Whoops. Oh, well, at least that cleans out the ship of any, infected people. Oh, you guys are really fucked. Whoops. Again, this scene is calling back to Aliens where the escape ship gets blown up. Oh, now this guy's having a seizure too. Again, all the other characters should be having seizures at this point. Spores travel pretty fast, and they probably infect all these people at the same rate, but they didn't, because then the plot wouldn't have played out the way they wanted it to dramatically. Again, plot takes precedence over logic, consistency, narrative, character development, basically everything else. It'd be like if you baked a cake and you just wanted it to look like a cake, but you just filled it with cement and then you expected people to eat it. It's just nonsense. Okay, so this guy just puked up a big alien. It looks a lot similar to the other guy's alien, too. Oh, there it goes. Run away, little friend. I'm sure we'll see you later. God, this dialogue is like it's from a parody or something. Alien Resurrection had better dialogue than this. Let's risk the ship and everything to go through a storm. No, you can't do that, Tennessee. But I want to because I am worried about the characters. Jesus Christ. I'd rather be eaten alive inside by an alien than have to watch any more films this bad. Oh yeah, keep on interacting with his clearly infected body. Why would you lean down and kiss him? What the fuck is wrong with these people? Oh, this guy just died of an unknown infection. I'm gonna play around in his dead body for a few hours. I mean, I understand sympathy and empathy's a thing. Oh, Jesus. That guy got big fast. What did he eat? I went to Burger King and had 3 Whoppers in between this scene and the other one. Whoops. Oh man, he burned his hand right off. Okay, so he's definitely got the acid blood, and that's what they're setting up with that. Oh, there goes his jawbone. Holy shit. Again, the action scenes in this are pretty good. If you guys want to play a much better story than this film portrays, just play the Doom mod Alien. I forget what it's called. I think it's called Alien Retribution or something. It's a free mod for the original Doom, and it's better than this entire movie. Oh, setting up a flare. Or did it have phosphorus in it or something? Oh shit, guys. Is it an engineer? Who could it be? Okay, so this guy's, some kind of creepy prophet guy. We don't know who he is yet. And this idiot's still staring at the burning ship as if staring at it's gonna do anything. How did this guy get picked to be the captain? I mean, for fuck's sake, you're supposed to be able to keep your head in a dangerous situation. One little ship gets blown up and this guy just loses his shit. Okay, so they're going through the California redwoods to some kind of Elder Scrolls fantasy castle or something. What purpose do these bars serve? Why would aliens not be able to get in? Okay, and then we got a bunch of burned corpses. I'm sure this guy you're following has only the best intentions for you. He's leading you through a literal giant graveyard. Yeah, I definitely follow this guy, rather than try to fight the alien, when I got like 6 people with high-powered weapons. I just turn tail and get the fuck out of here as soon as I saw this. Clearly this guy's not telling you something. Man, maybe he's a secret villain or something, I don't know. He's like, don't worry, follow me through this field of 10,000 holocausts. I'm definitely leading you somewhere you want to be. Don't worry, I'm the good guy. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this mystery figure leads him into this weird sanctum with a bunch of Prometheus faces on the wall. Looks like a bunch of Klaus Schwab faces. I guess that's fitting for the tone of this scene. Ooh, is he gonna pour them some drinks? Oh no, that's a shotgun shell or something. Hey, the captain. You don't deserve to be captain of a fast food franchise, you incompetent fuck. I'll deliver exposition as best I can. Oh yeah, I'm sure it was an accident and all those dead bodies weren't your doing. And I'm also sure she died in the crash and it's not a blatant lie. Non-botanical? Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. They got infected by the fucking mushrooms. Those are botanical. I mean, mushrooms are kind of in between, eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells, so like a third thing. But still, that term makes no sense. If it's non-botanical, I mean, I don't know. Oh, David's like, great. You're carrying a big ship full of guinea pigs. The plot of this movie is so stupid in how it tries to ape from previous films that all I could think of was, what if David's just fucking with more colonists, like the colonists got infected from aliens? This franchise has been butchered worse than if an alien burst out of its chest. It's just a mangled mess. There's no consistency, nothing makes sense, no characters we can attach to. It's basically already dead. That's the most sane thing you've said this whole film. There's stuff that doesn't make sense. You're fucking telling me. Guys, is this movie getting meta? Is it becoming aware of how shitty it is? No, not at all. Oh look, he set up a little rabbit ears TV antenna. I remember those from when I was in my 60s. Every time there was a storm, you'd have to bash fucking TV with your fist to get it to go back to the channel you're watching. I guess in, 200 years or whatever, their technology has not advanced very far, so still using rabbit ears. He's like, go ahead, keep wasting your time. You throw away characters in fucking Alien Covenant. You're basically fucked from the get-go. Then we cut back to these idiots and they're gonna go as close to the storm as they can. This guy says something halfway intelligent where he's like, why the fuck would you risk the entire ship for these people? We can't rescue them if the ship's destroyed. It makes sense. You got 2,000 people on this ship. There's only like 6 people on the planet. You know, I'm no utilitarian, but you know, the choice is pretty clear what to do. What to prioritize. Oh look, David's reflections all worked because he's insane. It's kind of a cool visual, I'll give it that. Okay, so now for some reason he's cutting his hair. Some people had a problem with androids being able to grow hair, but if they're meant to resemble humans, it makes sense they'd have human things like, you know, hair that grows. And I guess David's cutting it because it's the first time he's seen any other people in 10 years. He wants to look good. He's trying to be human. It kind of makes sense. I don't think it's out of place, per se. So what are these crystal lights? What are these light bulbs? What are they made out of? Is it just a fire inside of a crystal? What's powering those lights? That's my real question. Oh, and he's got Picard's flute. Ooh, that's very sexual. He's like, don't be shy. Put your lips on this long instrument of mine. Ooh, guys, this scene's making me all hot and bothered. Wait, those lights are motion activated? What kind of technology is this? What, did he grow a special fungus from the black goo that lights up when you walk up to it? Oh, that's it. Put your little finger in first. Gotta be gentle. Jesus Christ, could this scene be any more gay? I mean, I'm gay and I think this is too gay. The fuck are these guys doing? Just cut to them fucking and then get on with the movie. Just wasting everybody's time trying to be artistic about it. This reminds me of a great video. It's infinitely better than this film. It's called TNG Recut, Flouting Danger. It's some guy who took, TNG footage. He made like joke videos about it. And this one, it's just Picard playing a flute while the entire ship gets destroyed. It's pretty funny, I gotta say, and it's only a 2-minute video. Instead of watching this 2-hour nightmare, you just watch that 2-minute video. And you'll laugh a little bit. Now I got this stupid exposition scene. So then David's just giving off more exposition about how Wayland died, etc., etc. He couldn't be a more obvious villain if he had an eye patch and a scar on his eye and a white cat on his lap. And for fuck's sake. It's pathetic. What is that flute made from one of Dr. Shaw's leg bones? I wouldn't be surprised. This guy's such a freak. So this is apparently some important exposition. David's basically telling people that these androids, their ability to create things was too creepy for people. So it got programmed out of them. It's like, I'd like to show you my cock. Oh wait, I already did that. So now they're sitting around a fire of like KFC chicken bones or something. I don't know what they're burning. I guess it's supposed to be wood. It's amazing, incredible in fact, that none of these characters have encountered anything with black goo spores in it. They're all completely fine. They've been breathing the air for like 12 hours now. None of them are mutated. It's almost like it's just in service of the shitty plot. Why are you making excuses to this chick? You couldn't have known anything was here that was this insane. And you were all too stupid to wear spacesuits. I mean, as the captain, I guess you could have told people, hey, put on a space helmet. So I guess you should be pretty guilty about all the death and mayhem that you caused. If you knew your crew was this stupid, you should have just told them put your space helmets on or you're not going on the mission. But it turns out you were also stupid and didn't wear a helmet yourself. So again, I have no sympathy for these people. If someone's that stupid and makes a stupid mistake, the best thing they can be is a comedic clown. Well, then we got a reference to that one painting, you know, with the island with the trees in the center. It's kind of a cool reference, I guess. Now he's writing poetry, he's reciting it. Jesus Christ. This movie doesn't even deserve to make that reference. Okay, so now I guess we're getting a flashback of David coming to the planet. I got all these kind of reject engineer people. You know, they left the main engineer culture to go be farmers or something. Jesus Christ. Don't do it, David. That's a lot of black goo. What you doing with all that stuff? Oh no. He's taking a giant black DNA-shaped shit on the entire planet. Why'd you do that? So David flew this ship here, and his first instinct was to, holocaust the entire population. Jesus H. Christ. I care more about these random engineer type people than I do about any of the characters in the film. They didn't ask for this. Oh my God. It's like the Holocaust times a million. What works? You just killed a bunch of people. That's not a sculpture. Jesus Christ, all you did was murder people. Fucking moron can do that. You can do it by accident if you're drunk and you drive your car into a tree like my dear beloved wife did. God rest her soul. What, so mass murder makes you some kind of god or sculptor? Jesus, that's stupid. Oh, he took the time to make her a grave. He killed like 6 billion people, but then he made a grave for the one chick he liked. Wow, he's so sympathetic. I definitely care about his character. This movie is beyond comical. It's beyond absurd. What the hell are you talking about kindness for? You just genocided an entire planet, now you're gonna talk about kindness? It's a little bit hypocritical in my judgment. I don't know, I'm just an old alcoholic murderer. What do I know about morality? He probably sacrificed his hand because he's programmed to protect his human caretakers. Why the hell is this guy so keen to project emotion onto this other android? Also, put some shoes on. You're an android, you're not going to be infected by the black goo, but you should still wear shoes. You might get a pebble in your toe or something. Oh no, here's the proto-alien. It's found its way back to the creepy painting. You know, the one with the trees and whatnot. I forget the original name of that painting, but it's supposed to be like a metaphor for confronting death, which is just organic recycling. It's like what the black goo does. It just sort of recycles matter into different things. It's beyond this movie's ability to make use of as a metaphor. Can't even develop a few characters to the point where we care about them. And it's trying to confront existential questions that multiple cultures have been asking for thousands of years. If you can't even make us care about a single fake character, what makes you think you're going to be able to commentate on anything philosophical? The idea is just absurd. Be like me asking my cat to write a thesis on quantum physics. It's just not a good idea. It's probably not going to happen. Oh shit, there's the alien. Oh no, it attacked you faster than you could reach for your gun. That's too bad. That's one less dumbass character we gotta follow around. Did you get the rabbit ears tuned right? Can you listen to the ship? Oh no, they're not going to be able to evacuate because of that pesky ion storm. A classic excuse used in multiple hack science fiction films. It was even used in, another Star Trek movie. You also didn't leave Earth to be an idiot. It's not as if those are the only two choices. Well, I got a tiny astronaut hanging from the ceiling. That's kind of cool. A little foam astronaut. Where'd the Rosenbergs go? Well, after selling nuclear secrets to the Soviets, they were going to face prison time, but then they got exonerated. Oh shit, this alien didn't kill this chick, or maybe that's just her head. I think that's just her head, guys. I was being too optimistic. He's just having a snack. There he is. So somehow these aliens recognize David as something different than a human. It's kind of interesting. Previous alien movies, they just killed the androids on sight. Kind of interesting it recognizes him. Oh, so this scene's well constructed. Now we got our captain witnessing it. So shines a good scene in a shitty film. But it's about to get even worse, because now they're talking. Oh, he blows on him. This is an interesting scene. Oh, you fucking dumbass. What'd you do that for? What a retard. David was actually making progress trying to talk to this thing. Uh-oh. Now he's just gonna shoot you. She's angry. You met the devil. What was your dad, Aleister Crowley or something? What kind of a line is that? That's so corny, it's fucking insane. We know nothing about this guy's past. Even his present actions just make him seem like a useless idiot. So why would I care about anything he says about his past this late in the film? We're an hour and 16 minutes into this crap, and this guy's trying to grab sympathy for the audience. He doesn't deserve it, because he doesn't seem like a real human being. Again, there's children's cartoons that have better dialogue than this. Talking about using the cargo lift for something, something. Starting to lose interest in this movie, guys, I'm not gonna lie. May have to cut the recording short for a bit. Why do I want to talk to this guy alone? This cowboy hat wearing moron is the last person I'd want to ever speak to alone. Oh shit, that was the guy's wife. What's he gonna freak out and blow up the planet or something? Honestly, that'd be a more interesting plot twist if this guy just totally lost his mind. Again, I've never seen this movie, so I don't know if that's what actually happens. But I wouldn't be surprised. This movie's already reached depths of stupidity I didn't think humans had the ability to reach. Maybe it'll go even further. You're a zoologist. You're a fucking psychopath. There's a difference between analyzing nature and committing genocide. It's like ink used for writing, and this movie only proves its point by sucking as hard as it does. That if you don't use writing correctly, you end up with a nightmarish shit pile. Which is what this film is. So basically he's saying that when he released the black spores and killed all the people, the flies that were on the corpses were the first things that the black goo went into, I guess. So then the flies laid eggs, the eggs were slightly mutated, and then the flies that came out of those infected other things and mutated up the food chain. I guess that makes sense. It's not that hard to follow because they pan over all the eggs. There's a lot of bad things about this movie, but the whole thing where it's like, how did David get to this point where he got a big egg? All he's doing is encouraging or following the natural evolution of the black goo. because it went into the bodies of the Holocaust victims and mutated into the fly eggs. Then it went up the food chain. That makes sense to me. Makes a lot more sense than any action taken by any of these characters so far. Good characters and good writing can make even an insane, crazy premise like this make sense. Oh yeah, perfectly safe. You should definitely trust this guy after one of your crew's already dead. This guy's so dumb. I mean, what is he on fentanyl too? Is the whole crew on fentanyl? Again, that would explain this entire film. That's basically the exact same shot from the original Alien, 1979. Yeah, just go ahead and stick your face in there, buddy. I'm sure it's safe. Jesus Christ. I have no sympathy for this guy. What a moron. Whoops, that guy had a bit of an accident. Oh, that's the body of the wife. Okay. Yeah, we've panned to her head like 6 times. We get it, she's dead. Fuck's sake. No, really? Why don't you stay another couple weeks? This is like a nice hotel. Just, put your feet up, have a cup of coffee. This is clearly a totally safe place for you. Even when these characters say things that make sense, they say them like 5 scenes too late. I really do think there was some kind of clandestine backroom bet with this movie where, a producer said, hey, we're going to make this movie, it'll make some money, whatever. Let's see if we can make it even stupider than Alien Resurrection. I know, the script isn't a joke, but let's see if we can make it even dumber and see if audiences will notice or even care. People who made this movie deserve to be killed by chestburster aliens. Nah, it's even too good for them. So now the ion storm's finally passed because the plot doesn't need that delay anymore. So now they're finally flying down to the planet. Now we get a scene with David throwing rocks on a guy's corpse. Oh, he's still alive. Oh, he's about to be a corpse. Now this whole plot with David trying to make the alien, it doesn't make any sense. People pointed this out, but I'll repeat it here. If the alien already existed in that mural, and even if Alien versus Predator isn't canon, it still means that the design of the alien on that mural, which is something that only happens when the alien comes out of a human, predates this entire experiment? How is that possible? Did the engineers already make a human alien and David's like remaking it? I don't get it. Yeah, there's the titular alien. There he is. Penis, head, and all. Right, that doesn't look the same. It's like a praying mantis alien or something. It's not supposed to have a fully formed tiny body. That looks like the alien from Spaceballs. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Jesus, that scene was stupid. Oh, look, it's some intestines. Nothing like some nice treacle. Jesus Christ. So Elizabeth Shaw's body's been sitting here for this long? What, did he preserve her in formaldehyde? Where did he get formaldehyde on an alien planet? What, did he concoct it using chemistry equipment? Yes, he must have. Oh yeah, play your flute. Yeah, this is all very poignant and creepy. You obviously cared so much about this chick you kept her disemboweled corpse in your room for 10 years. Jesus Christ, this movie. He's playing the Prometheus theme. Very epic. So the implication is that he took her ovaries out, because when we saw her dissected body, the part of her that had been scooped out was right where her ovaries would have been. So the implication is David took her ovaries and used them to make a genetically engineered alien that could go through people. But that's already a real thing. It's called human birth. I get that David's supposed to be an allegory for Satan. You know, he tempts humans to eat the fruit of knowledge. He dissects people. Makes childbirth more painful for women. As evidenced by the dead woman who gave birth to the alien egg. I get all that. The symbolism's obvious. The problem is the execution is terrible. You can have the best idea ever, and if you execute it poorly, it'd be better if you hadn't even done it at all. It was Percy Shelley, you moron. It wasn't Byron. Even I know that. It means your brain's been infected. It's basically saying this robot's got like robot dementia or something. He's pretty much fucked. I don't dream I'm a corporate NPC drone. This movie's implying that it's better to be a corporate drone if you can maintain your sanity. And as fucked up as David is in this, I'd kind of rather be him than be a corporate drone who doesn't even have dreams. That sounds like the worst hell imaginable. Or at least David did something. It was horrible, sure, but at least he did something other than just do what his masters told him to. What a pathetic existence, if all you do is obey what you're told. Oh, finally we get to kiss. Hooray! To come out of the closet, guys, we finally got it. Oh, he didn't react the way David wanted him to. So he's cut his neck. That's too bad. Shouldn't have been so homophobic, bro. Why don't you make sure he's dead? Seems like he might not be. That's gonna set up something where he comes back to life. I can already taste it. I do like the set design of this creepy laboratory. It's kind of cool. It's like some kind of 1800s Charles Darwin type of thing. It's neat. Again, if it wasn't in service to such drivel, it could have been interesting. He's even got scrolls like the Library of Alexandria. Was that a guy making out with a squid? What kind of painting is that? Oh, it's just H.R. Giger sketches. Okay. My God, can they dance on H.R. Giger's grave any harder? Let the man rest in peace. Why don't you rip off Zdzislaw Beksinski's work instead? Just give the fucking guy a break. Oh shit. These are the best scenes in the movie where it just plays out like a video game. Hollywood's much better at making video game cutscenes than they are at making films these days. Problem is, video game authors are also better at making those scenes than Hollywood. Oh, bad idea with the acid. It's gonna burn his face. Oh, shit. Yeah, we can see that. Oh, shit, there's more of them. Oh, it's the final real alien, finally. Things I know. I know that that's the alien. Now I'm happy, guys. You know what? I'm revising my review of this movie. It's now a 10 out of 10. Because I got the same alien in it that I recognize. God, why would he say that? He'd coldly explain to her the exact procedure he used. He wouldn't use a fucking one-liner from a Scooby-Doo cartoon. Jesus Christ. Again, this is an interesting scene. David's very creepy. He's almost like the alien. He moves quickly. He's got super strength because he's a robot. Him being as creepy as the alien is a good thing. That's what I was trying to do with my rewrite to Alien 3. Just make the alien in that seem more human. Or is he trying to make out with her? What is it with this guy and making out with people against their will? You know, I do that in 2024. You'd be accused of, rape. Oh shit, now we got David versus David 2.0. Whoa! He flew all the way over there like a cartoon? Jesus. Yeah, maybe he should have cut his head off entirely. Instead of just, trying to slit his throat and assuming he was dead. It's probably not smart. Should probably finish the job or, not do anything at all. So I guess these androids can heal themselves now? That's pretty incredible. Oh, Lope is loping down the tunnel. Ha ha ha. Oh good, Houston, Tennessee, Dallas is gonna help us out. I'm sure his cowboy hat will save us. Maybe he'll throw the hat like Odd Job in James Bond video games. In GoldenEye. Maybe he'll throw his cowboy hat and cut off David's head with it. That'd be a cool scene. Whoa, throw him into the flames. Whoops. Let's get Joe Rogan narrating this MMA match. Oh, he's gonna beat him to death with a rock? I guess that's fitting. Why would you want to reign in hell? Okay, so now they're in the Holocaust fields of Auschwitz, or whatever this place is supposed to be. And they're gonna call the ship. So it's like the second smart thing they've done in the entire film. Call for help. Very basic thing to do. If I cared about these characters, the scene would have some tension. They're expecting the alien to come after them. Oh God. How can there possibly be another half hour of movie after this? I hope 10 minutes of that is credits. I think I can make it that far, guys. I'm doing my best. This shit is painful to watch. Oh, here comes the CGI alien. Again, even with the wonders of 2017 CGI, the alien still looked better in the first two films, when it was real. The limitations of those costumes made the alien have to move slow, because it was being, piloted by real people just wearing costumes. That made it have to be stealthy, when it can jump around like this like a video game, it just takes me completely out of the realism of the entire concept. If you want fast-moving aliens, this is not the film or the franchise to put them in. Hell, the spiders from fucking Lost in Space from 1998 were more threatening. Because they looked creepy and weird, and they were metallic. You could get away with them looking a bit artificial, a bit computer generated. This alien, it's supposed to be slow moving and stealthy and blend into the walls of its little hive, and it jumps out at you. Also, wow, it can withstand the blast of a fucking spaceship jet? It's pretty fucking impressive, Jesus. Didn't the aliens get hurt by fire in the first two films? That's not just regular fire, that's a fucking rocket jet. It's like 10 million degrees hotter than a fucking flamethrower. And that alien just went through it like it was nothing. No, none of that matters. I could criticize the little inconsistencies, I'm not gonna do that, guys. Oh, you're out of ammo. Should have brought another clip. Man, being that close to the jet, you'd think a human would just be burned up just by having been next to it. She seems to climb up fine. Maybe this ship uses cold fusion, guys. Maybe the jets are all actually icy jets. I'm sure that's some bullshit explanation somebody came up with in some kind of art book for this movie or something after it came out. Also, how is it able to break the glass of this ship if it's supposed to withstand going into space and re-entering the atmosphere? Glass windows don't tend to be used for that. Usually it's some kind of, highly advanced transparent material. Maybe even transparent aluminum. Okay, so the ship has an excavator claw. So this is again a reference to Ripley's use of the excavation suit from Aliens. She's using some kind of mining or excavation tool to try to get rid of the alien. And it's comical how it's trapped in this claw. Again, this movie plays out like a fucking cartoon. Whoa! Don't get the acid on your face. You're gonna regret that. One time I got a little bit of hot sauce from a Taco Bell queso machorito in my eye. It burned for like 2 hours. I feel like that's probably what it's like to have alien acid on your face. I wonder if that acid guy's got an alien in him. He had a facehugger on him, but it wasn't on him too long. Yeah. I wonder if he got infected or not. It's like the only thing I care about at the movie at this point. Speculating whether or not they're gonna have an alien burst out of his chest. Jesus Christ. Also, why did they change this David android's voice from a British one to an American one? Like, what was the point of that? I guess to just differentiate the two characters. Going back to Tennessee. Yeehaw, cowboy. Fuck's sake. It's time to go back to the ship. Movie's definitely over. Except there's another 25 minutes left. This guy's definitely got an alien in him. He has to, or else the movie wouldn't be another 25 minutes longer after this. Guys, I think I might have to end the commentary here for a bit just to take a quick break. I'll be back before you know it, though. Okay? Alright, we're at 1, 39, 26, 27, 28. Peace out. And we're back. This guy's got some green aloe vera goop on his face. They're trying to heal his little acid wound. So this part of the movie, according to a bunch of nerds online, is really similar to a lot of the concepts from the Alien 5 movie that Neil Blomkamp was writing. And then at some point Ridley Scott was like, No, you can't do Alien 5 because I want to make this movie instead. Oh my god. What a waste. I'd rather have seen the worst version of Alien 5 than this fucking crap. In any case, the last 25 so minutes of this movie, apparently, according to some people online, is supposed to resemble a lot of the plot points from that Alien 5 script. Now in that script, Hicks and Ripley were supposed to come back, and they're supposed to, fight the aliens, in some kind of Weyland-Yutani corporate compound or something. Now, I don't know about any of that, because it didn't happen. And even if it did, I probably wouldn't know much about it. But again, I still think it would have been better than this. Oh no, it's a little Last Supper photo with James Franco in the center. That really means something when none of these characters have anything about them that makes you want to connect to them on an emotional, personal level. This scene is so strange. It's like they're starting the movie off from the beginning. Somebody commented that this movie is like two films stitched together. And it kinda is. Contrast this with a movie like The Empty Man, which Madman did a commentary on a while back. In that movie, you got a 20-minute scene at the beginning that's like its own short story. It takes place as a kind of prequel to the film. And then the actual film happens after that. This movie like flips that on its head, and not in a good way. The last 20 minutes of this film are like a story that's totally separate from what we just saw happen. It's like they wanted to make two films, and they decided to just try to squish or cram them together into one. It doesn't make any sense. This is not a mini-series on TV or Netflix. This is a singular film. It's a self-contained thing. Oh God, get the drinking bird out of here. Anyway, my point is that this last part of this movie is totally disconnected from what we've seen. We basically already had an action climax where the alien got killed. So why the fuck is the movie still going on? Why would you not save this and use it as the opener of the next film? What, did you think audience needed 2 hours of time in the theater? I mean, the problem is, the characters are so poorly written, they felt like they had to cram more content in. As if, quantity is better than quality, which it never is. Except in the case of Taco Bell's food. Okay, so David, or whoever he is, has got something on his face. It's kind of like the gauze they used on the other guy. But it turns out he had an alien in him, and you guys are stupid. He had a thing affecting him. Of course he's gonna have an alien in him. Okay, so Walter's looking out for him. Yeah, you'd think a bunch of alarms would have gone off the moment the guy got killed. The moment the thing left. It's like, sorry guys, our unidentified life form settings were set to, low. We should have set them on medium. Oh look, they're fucking in the shower. Ah, I miss the days when I could fuck, and when I owned a shower. Those were good times. At least I still have the memories. Dementia hasn't totally robbed me of them yet. Uh-oh, that's not his penis. Something else. Ooh. Uh-oh. Also, this alien just burst out of the sky, right? Even in the first Alien, it took the alien that we're seeing, a couple days to grow to be that size. How the fuck did this thing grow to be that big 2 seconds after it burst out of the guy? That doesn't make sense. It's almost like this film doesn't care about continuity. But I don't know. There's nothing we've seen before this point that suggests that. Jesus Christ. They can't even get their little short film at the end of their film right. They gotta fuck it up somehow. Jesus Christ, this chick's actually crying. Again, how did you ever get certified to hold a gun and represent Weyland-Yutani? This is just insane. Oh, soldiers cry all the time. I shouldn't be so callous, I guess. The point is, again, these characters are so hollow that I don't believe anything that they're doing. I don't get a sense that they're real people. They just seem like props in a big stage play. And not good props either. Might as well be background objects like trees or rocks. They have about as much personality as inanimate objects. Now we gotta do a thing where we seal off the doors, so, we seal off the alien. Again, this is basically just a remake of the first film. It's just kind of accelerated. Why would you put this at the end of this movie? Aren't you confident enough in the weird narrative that you crafted to explain Prometheus? Why would you need to tack this on at the end? Might as well just put this at the beginning. I mean, why not? Ooh, now we get to see through the alien's eyes. I guess that's kind of cool. It's got alien vision. I mean, the aliens don't have visible eyes, but clearly they can navigate spatially using some kind of sense. So I got this weird worm vision. Okay. This is so much like a video game. Again, I gotta recommend that one Doom mod. Just search like Doom mod that's, based on aliens. You'll find it. I think there's only 2 of them. The one I'm talking about is the better one of the 2. Ah, he's looking at David. That's interesting. He breaks the camera. It's kind of cool. Oh look, they're finally putting on space helmets. It's almost like they should have been wearing those when they went to the fucking planet. Jesus Christ. Why even have these on the ship if you're gonna deny our characters the basic intellect of using them to go down to an alien world? Now they're using them on their own ship. They even got magnetic boots from 2001: A Space Odyssey. This movie is just a fucking mess. Not really anything more can be said about it. Okay, so this nervous baby-faced chick who's supposed to be our protagonist has just opened the Stargate door, and the alien's walking in. Oh, it's so scary. It's made out of CGI polygons. I'm so frightened. Oh shit, it's tangled in the net there. That's kind of cool. Man, they really did just go balls deep into designing the action scenes for this, and they just ignored everything else. Oh. Oh shit, he's gonna break through the thing. Oh look, they're gonna blow out the airlock. I've never done that before with the alien. I don't remember that ever being a thing. Do you? Whoa, there it goes. Except too bad it's stuck on a thing. Suddenly our characters have a burst of competence, whereas in the entire film they've been acting like idiots. It's just in service of the plot, that's all it is. Doesn't take much to fix these mistakes, guys. That's why it's so frustrating. Oh shit. Whoa, you're about to get combined. Get out of the way. Oh, this is kind of a tense scene. Oops. He got impaled. Back out to space with you. Shit out into the toilet of the void. Too bad all of you breathed in the black goo on that planet. And your infection is probably just as fatal, but it's just happening slower. Maybe they come back to Earth and then 2 weeks after they do, they all get birthed by aliens. No, I don't want to give you a hand. I want to blast you out there a lot with the alien. Your character is about as valuable as that combine machine that just got shot out of the ship. Ah, what a relief. Not because the alien's gone, because the film's almost done. Yeah, now she's checking out the colonists. They seem to be doing okay. The Egyptian mummies are all doing fine. Now she's gonna go into her little Egyptian coffin. Sorry, bitch, but you're no Ripley. That's a terrible line. You're not of a kind. You're an android and she's a person. You're totally different. Also, you're missing a hand. So you're even less of a kind. A little more than kin and less than kind. There's a Shakespeare quote for you. Why don't you chew on that for a while? What the fuck? Oh no. Did David kill Walter and impersonate him? Holy shit, guys, what a twist. I never should have, I would have expected that. Fuck's sake. What point did he make the switch? I must have missed that. Anyways, it wasn't hard to predict. Oh, and then he picks some Nazi music. Of course he does. Yeah, I'm sure Valhalla is gonna be you fucking with these people in some kind of creepy experiment. It's just gonna be Holocaust 2.0. It's the same crap we've already seen. Oh, and then we get the scene of him looking at the embryos. What the fuck? Oh, I guess he swallowed a little egg. He's like the Easter Bunny. Cool. So what, he's gonna put aliens into stasis? Okay. Again, why do you think these abominations are superior to people? I mean, they're just violent monsters. They're not exactly things that build anything. They don't do anything. They just kill everything they see. How is that a superior life form? Other people brought that point up. It doesn't matter. Nothing in this movie matters. It's a bunch of horse shit. This is Colony Ship Covenant. We've successfully infected the Alien franchise with writing so bad that it'll never be able to make money again. We're on course for nothing. We're on course to crash the franchise with no survivors. Well, guys, that's the end. Jesus, somebody died during the making of this? I bet they were grateful. Thank fuck I died before this piece of shit came out and I had enough to see it at the premiere. That person's the luckiest of all of us because they never had to experience this. I'd rather watch Alien 3 on repeat for 1,000 years than have to watch this again. So guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I got a couple of ideas. But if you've actually bothered to watch this commentary this far, first of all, thank you. I appreciate it. Second of all, if you have movies that you'd like me to review, as in me, Mr. Plinkett, not that hack fraud madman, if you'd like me to talk about a film and what I think about it, put the name of the film in the comments, and I'll read it. I got nothing better to do. Anyway, guys, hope you're doing well. Take your vitamin R, wear a condom when you fuck hookers, and, peace off.